Did you know that alienated children often feel guilty when they're rejecting their parent? Hey, this is Ryan Thomas, a formerly alienated child who discovered the truth and reconnected. And when you hear this idea that your child may be feeling guilty when they're rejecting you, it might sound outlandish, like really hard to believe. And that's completely understandable because you're reacting to what you're experiencing, the things that you are seeing and hearing and feeling as a result of your rejection. That might be anger, nastiness. It might be complete silence and being ignored constantly, no matter what you do. And so when you hear this idea from an alienated child saying there's guilt there, your child might be feeling bad about what's going on, it seems like almost incomprehensible. But why this is so important is that if you can understand what's really going on behind the scenes and the things that you can't see, you can use that information as levers to pull to approach your child in a different way with a different understanding so that you can help mend the relationship and reconnect. So let me explain to you what I mean when I say there are children that feel guilty when they're rejecting you. Number one, they feel guilty about rejecting you because most parents, and you can be the judge of it for yourself, will say, before alienation, before the divorce, we had a great relationship. We were close. We were loving. We were best friends. We were our go-to person. Perhaps you were the parent that was always at home with the child, or you were the parent that always went and did the fun things. Maybe you were the parent that was always there for them during hardship, and the alienating parent was the one that didn't care, that was never around. And so there was this close bond that you had, and suddenly it seems like overnight that bond is gone, and that your child doesn't care about you, doesn't love you, doesn't want anything to do with you, is ignoring you because that's what they're showing you. But if you really think about it, we as human beings, we can never turn off our emotions that quickly. Even the things that you get mad or upset about, try to get over, try to forget about, it's not that easy to do. So in alienation, because the intensity of the rejection is so personal, so hurtful, we tend to believe that the child just doesn't love me anymore, doesn't care, doesn't feel bad, is rejecting me, is pushing away my love, is cutting me out of their life, and they have no remorse, they have no thoughts, they have no feelings that any of this is wrong. And I can tell you from my own experience that your children remember, your children have those memories and those thoughts and those emotions about you and that close, loving relationship. That didn't go away any more for them than it has for you. But because alienation is a psychological form of abuse, because there is so much manipulation and brainwashing and pressure to reject you, the child has to go along with it. But as they're being the tool or the instrument of the alienator who is doing the hurting and the rejecting of you, they don't want to do it. They're feeling like, I really have to do this against mom or dad after everything that he or she has done for me? Yes, you have to do it. Yes, say those things. Yes, ignore, block, because the consequences of them not doing it, the wrath of the alienator, and you know what the wrath of your ex would feel like, is so much of a crushing pressure that they will do what they have to do in order to stay safe. So while you are experiencing their rejection, inside of them, they don't feel good. Inside of them, they are churning with confusion and chaos and stress and anxiety, which leads me to the next part of this, why they feel this guilt when they're rejecting you. They're in a conflict. So they're not only feeling guilty about you and the things that they're having to do towards you, they're also feeling guilty that even the thought of wanting to have allegiance towards you, the rejected parent, That's bad. They shouldn't do that. They're going to get in trouble. After all, that other parent has become their main source of influence or perhaps support. That can be emotionally, financially. So, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I feel guilty about going against the most influential parent to show love and kindness and compassion and even wanting to have a relationship with the now bad parent. So there is guilt for you. There is guilt towards the alienator, which leaves the child confused and feeling helpless and stuck and feeling like they have no sense of autonomy or freedom of expression or freedom of belief. How is it bad that I can't love both of my parents, that I have to pick and choose? And this is where the third part of their guilt comes in. The third part of their guilt is, I don't want to be like this. I don't want this to be me. I'm not a mean person. I'm not somebody who rejects or ghosts or says nasty things or hurts people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this person. And yet they do. They feel guilty about rejecting you, and yet they reject you. They feel guilty about feeling love towards you and guilty that the alienator, they're not as loyal and obedient. And yet, as they reject you, they still have that piece of love and kindness and compassion and desire for you inside of them. And as they don't know who they are and they've lost complete sense of who they are and their self-worth and their identity, they continue to hurt and reject you. So all of these pieces come together into a toxic soup where the child is hurting. The child is hurting everyone else, hurting you, and they have lost complete sense of who they are. And then they do that over days, over weeks, over months, over years, and they completely lose their center. Alienated children completely lose who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to think, how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to carry themselves as an individual, and then how that individual interacts with people they love, people they aren't supposed to like, people that they are obedient and loyal to. All of these things are indicators of the trauma, the manipulation, the lies that they are experiencing. So I wanted to share this with you so that you know, despite what you're experiencing, and it makes perfect sense that you wouldn't understand this, that your children are feeling guilty on a multitude of levels. And this information can be used as a tool to help you understand how to communicate, how to interact with them, how to engage with them so that you can start to get them back. So if you are an alienated parent and you're looking for help, there's a link below this video for you to take a step and to get that help. And if that works out, I look forward to talking with you. So thanks so much. I'm Ryan Thomas, and we'll see you on another video. Hey, it's Ryan Thomas. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it also helps to spread the word. Be sure to watch other videos from this channel, and also check below this video for other resources and links to help.